know. Like, it would just be able to detect that.
But, like, having said all that, like, I don't really give a shit about it.
Yeah.
Like, I was saying to you, like, I'll probably get one when my PS4 inevitably dies.
Yeah. Like, I'd like to, as I get older, I want to start, like... I'd like to keep a PS4, even after, like... Because I got rid of my PS3 and all my games.
I have a PlayStation back to PS2.
I've got a PS2, but the PS3 I, like, got rid of. And I was thinking I'd like to, like, complete a PS4 collection and just kind of, like, keep it. Just as, like, you know, a memory of these times. Like, just a...
Whether it'll keep for a long time is yet to be
Well,
seen,
that's what I thought. Like, maybe I ride this baby into the grave, and then I buy the upgraded, the Neo, to kind of hang on to.
I've been seeing a lot of people up in arms.
How up in arms?
I believe I forget who the author of that article was. If you can...
Sorry,
Austin Walker.
Okay.
From Giant Bomb. Apparently he was saying there's been about a 10-to-1 negative to positive response from him.
Fair enough.
To him about, like, the new console. But I don't understand why so much, because I was relating it to, like, I have an iPhone 6 and the 6S came out and it's faster and it's got some new features and it does all this stuff, but, like, I can still do everything on my iPhone 6.
Yep.
So I don't need that. So, like, if I want, I'm just going to wait till the 7 comes out and I'll get a new phone on the 7.
That makes sense. Like, it's not... This is, like, a luxury thing.
Now, if this phone was to completely fucking die and I needed a new phone, I would get the 6S.
Yep.
But it still works perfectly fine, and I don't need a new phone, so I'm just going to stick with it until it dies, or until the 7 comes out.
The interesting thing is, like, once they start releasing, I'm gonna want one.
Oh, no, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, like, that's, like, it's all well and good to say this, but the second someone has a better PlayStation than me, I'm gonna be like, well, now I need it.
Yeah, no. Don't misinterpret this as me not buying one.
Like,
I'm just like, a lot of people are saying things on Twitter like, now I need to upgrade my console again, and it's only been 3 years.
You don't need to.
And you're like, no, they've actually pretty clearly specified that your games will still work as good as they ever have.
It's funny, though, because I think people instinctively are like, but there's a better... Like, it's all well and good to say you don't need one, but you want one.
Oh, yeah, but, like, I
one.
wanted an iPhone 6S, but, like... It's just called, like, a little bit of self-control.
That's it.
It's not like... And if you have the disposable income to get one, by all means, get one. Like, I'm going to do my best to get one.
Oh.
It probably won't be at launch, which I expect it to come out with VR.
I think that's probably pretty
I think
fair.
that's probably pretty accurate.
Yeah.
But I just don't... There was nothing in there that I was like, oh, this is going to be so good, you know? Like,
speaking of VR, I bought a PlayStation camera.
Yeah, you've been streaming.
We do a little Twitch streaming. Look for us at the PS Podcast. Been playing some Dark Souls. Georgie hung out, didn't you, Georgie? You had a good time, didn't you?
Where were you, Jace?
Yeah, where were you, Jace? Get amongst it, buddy.
He probably has a job that he does where he makes money to survive.
I'm sure Georgie does too. What are you implying?
Maybe that he doesn't have a job and his job is to watch you. Are you paying him?
I do not pay. We had a few people hanging out. It was good times.
I was one of them.
I need a better internet connection. I bought, like, LAN cable so I'd get, like, a stable connection and, like, a better connection. But the unfortunate fact is I live in rural Australia.
I was actually thinking, I didn't want to say it on the stream, but I'll do it now. It might have been why we couldn't connect playing Dark Souls. Is that you were using all your bandwidth to stream.
Interesting. That actually is...
And then we had no problems last night when you weren't streaming.
Yeah, that's actually very fair. I didn't put that together.
I assume you need a little bit of upload to upload me your character, you know what I mean?
World and stuff. That's interesting. We should test that out a little bit.
So, yeah, it might just be hindering you a little bit in that sense. But,
do we have anything more on Neo?
Yeah, I probably do.
Yep.
I was so rudely interrupted. I don't even know what I know,
I just got excited. I wanted to pimp the Twitch account.
What were you talking about, VR? Yeah, I assume it's going to come out when VR comes out. And I think, like, that's probably going to be a reason for me to get one, is that it seems like VR... Like, maybe I'll try to get a VR first, and if I'm noticing an experience that's just not up to snuff, that'll be when I fork out for a new console.
Yeah.
But at the moment, my PS4 sounds like a fucking jet engine trying to take off, trying to get up out of orbit, and that
Which can't be healthy.
So really, I give it another 6 months, and it'll probably be done.
Yeah, we had a scare last week, didn't we? Or was it the week before?
That wasn't because of the fan so much as I was ripping the power cord out, I accidentally turned it back on. Because of these weird touch buttons, which I don't like.
We're just going on a real tangent now. I was like checking out my PlayStation and just noticed like all the, like, not even dust, but you know, like, it's almost like lint that had just gathered in its, because it's so like ergonomical and like the way it's shaped.
In the little cracks?
Yeah, and so like I actually got a vacuum cleaner and went around the edges.
Mate.
And
I'm a once a month clean.
Alright.
Because you've got your intake.
Yep.
Which I believe is on the side.
Yep.
And so that just gets fucked up all the time with dust, and I just clean that shit out.
Yeah, no, I've got a whole lot of stuff out of there.
It does say, I think, in the manual, don't use a vacuum.
Well, it's not like I was on it. I was just like near it, sucking it all.
I always go straight on it. Just
Get
all over it. Yeah.
Just all up in
as
it.
deep as it goes, really. Because I want to get into the fucking computer part to suck all that shit out.
To suck out that goodness.
Apparently the thermal paste on the PS4 is pretty fucking shit, and that's why it starts overheating, and that's why you get the fan cranking.
Oh, really?
Because they use shitty thermal paste. You know what I think this is? I think they planned my PlayStation's demise.
Do you think this is...
Because I've had this since 2 weeks after launch, because if any of you remember, my launched PS4 died like 2 weeks later.
How could we forget?
Fuck that. So this is like 2 weeks after launch, and now I think it's going to die almost the day the Neo is released.
Are you supplying that Shuhei planned this?
Yeah, well, actually, I studied business for 6 months, so
You're qualified.
I'm qualified to say this.
Deeply.
There's actually a business term called planned obsolescence.
Oh, that sounds like you did study business.
I know, right? I'm not lying. I did study business for a little bit. So planned obsolescence is the idea that you use let's say you're talking about, for instance, the PS4, the shitty fucking thermal paste.
Okay.
Let's say they maybe were like, we could use better thermal paste and it will cost us like a fraction more, but it's negligible and we can do it.
Mm.
Or we use a slightly shitty thermal paste, and then about 3 years from now, the PlayStation's going to overheat and die. We're going to either charge them a $350 repair fee, or they can pay $500 and just get a new PS4.5.
Which suddenly looks a lot more attractive when your old one's dead.
Which, when your old one's dead, and it only seems like $150 more to get a better console.
Mm.
Interesting. And now this brings me back around to another point I have. There has to be a trade-in policy.
Because they said at the moment there hasn't been talks of one, but it'd be suicide not to have one.
A trade-in policy, or the PS4, as we know it now, needs to cut $100 off the price.
Which would make it so affordable.
Like
300 Australian?
Yeah, I think it's like $550 with a game at the moment. So it's so expensive here. I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
But if they can get it down to like $400, or like, let's say $350 without a game here.
Yep.
And the new one comes out back at $550. I think that's how they're going to have to do it. Otherwise, you're going to have people spitting chips.
But what are they going to do? Really? What are they going to do about it?
Because they say in there, I think, that they're going to price it as a PS4 was priced when it launched. But people are still kind of paying that much money for a PS4.
Yeah.
So I understand that you'd be pretty fucking pissed if you bought a PS4 and 2 weeks later that something else came out that was almost only $50 more, but like half more powerful.
50%
like
more.
1.5 times the power.
Yep.
So I feel like at E3, we're going to get a Neo announcement.
Oh, fuck, that's going to be a shit show.
With it priced as much as a brand new PS4 was at launch.
And we're going to get
it's got to be drastic. It's going to be a drastic price cut on our current PS4s. Because they're going to live together. Let's not forget. They all coexist.
Like incestual cousins, brothers, siblings, if you will.
Brothers and fathers all at the same time.
Oh, it's just a bit much.
So that's my expectation, and I honestly think they're going to add $50 to it, and it's going to be $349. Wait, $449. Wait, how much? Is it $399 that they were charging for PS4?
US, you mean?
Yeah.
I believe so.
$399, yeah, $449.
Yeah, I could see that.
$449, and the...
What's that, 600 here?
Yeah.
That's fucked.
And the current PS4 that we have now, we're going to call it the old PS4.
PS old.
The PS mold.
Yep.
Or the PS floor. Because it's like the bottom floor.
And it's also a flawed design because there's a better one.
Is going to drop to $199 US.
Interesting. I could see it.
Because they have to have if they want people to keep buying a PS4, they need to incentivize it by cutting the price. And if they want people to, and the incentive to buy the next one up is it's $150 more, but it's way better.
Yeah,
or $200 more, but it's just better.
I think we're going to find out a lot more coming up to E3, but I am going to move along because I've got so much news. Govinda, this one will excite you, I think.
Oh, dude, this is an episode.
Yeah, this is... Well, we got to make up for last week.
Yeah, that's true. We're already
45?
Yeah, 40, but...
It's two stories. I actually just did a quick little breakdown. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Govinda, Dead Don't Ride is the title of Sony Ben's yet-to-be-announced PS4 game.
Rumoured title.
According to renowned Twitter sleuth Shinobi602.
Well, that
was a misleading way of reading
Very
that.
misleading.
It's a title that has been doing the rounds for some time too, after Sony's Aaron Green registered a domain bearing the same moniker 2 years ago. Now, Shinobi602 alleges that Dead Don't Ride is an apocalyptic title that features themes of the undead. Indeed, there have been reports of Sony Ben's in-development title is an open-world horror game which would align with Shinobi's claims. The industry expert has been right in the past, of course, but it's still worth taking this one with a grain of salt until we learn more from the horse's mouth. While a reveal appeared to be set for PlayStation Experience 2015, all signs now point to Sony Bend showcasing its PS4 debut during E3 2016. Whew!
Huh. Interesting.
And now I have a tweet from the man himself, and it's quite interesting. So the game's called Dead Don't Ride, right? And he's made a little, a crossword poem of it. So it's dead, scavenge, we survive. Don't fear them. On metal and bikes we drive. Ride, don't run. The apocalypse is good fun. Hashtag Dead Don't Ride. Hashtag Sony Ben. I think that it actually sounds kind of cool, and I know nothing about it.
I'm fine with it. It just interests me that Sony Bend is making, or rumored to be making, like an open world horror sort of game.
I'm imagining
they just don't, they've only made like a PSP and a PS Vita game in the last 7 years.
Maybe it's fucking massive. It's just
they've got
Metal Gear.
I guess they made two Uncharted games if you count Fight for Fortune, but they've got Resistance Retribution, which apparently was pretty dope. And Golden Abyss, Uncharted Golden Abyss, which was a great game, don't get me wrong, but
yeah,
it just seems gnarly that they just went, okay.
In my mind, this is Ghost Rider with Nicolas Cage, the video game. That's all I can imagine is an apocalyptic undead motorbike.
Oh, you were thinking of a motorbike.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking of just a car.
Let's
ride.
In my mind, yeah, it's just...
But no, motorbike would be chill.
Nick Cage on a fucking demon bike.
I forgot that movie existed. That's funny.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, that'd be chill, because I've always thought, imagine I just don't know why they didn't do it. Fallout, give me a vehicle. Give me a fucking motorbike, Fallout, or a horse.
I always wanted to go back and play the Dying Light DLC, because they got a car in it.
Yeah, like a buggy.
It looked sick.
Though that game is different, because the parkour was actually dope.
Apparently the DLC, there's not so much climbing and it's just wide open spaces. So when things start chasing you, there's no escape. And so you kind of need the car.
That's cool.
I actually wouldn't mind picking that up if it comes cheap.
I tried to go back to Dying Light and just was like, I can't. I'm sorry.
Can't.
I'd put my time in and now I'm moving on. I got to move forwards, upwards, backwards. Not forwards, but backwards and twirling to free.
I could see that clicking over in your mind.
I did it all wrong too.
People are going to notice. So that's cool. E3, again, we're getting into that season where it's here, please be excited for E3.
Yeah, there's kind of half news coming out, but nothing will be confirmed until E3.
And even then, we'll probably get shafted.
So yeah, I don't know. I just want to see it to really pass any judgment on it. Interesting though.
From Supergiant Games, Bastion and Transistor. Supergiant Games of Bastion and Transistor